are 10 signs that will tell you if the stylist you choose is really about that natural hair life. Sign number 1. The stylist during your appointment is constantly talking about using smoothing treatments on your hair. Whether it be Brazilian blowouts, texlaxing it, just recommending that maybe you wear silk presses instead of keeping your hair in its natural state. These are all signs that the stylist is not comfortable with working with afro textured hair. And that is what makes a natural hairstylist a natural hairstylist. They should be comfortable with working with your hair in its natural state. Sign number 2. The stylist is always blowing your hair out before they style it and don't even ask you if that's what you want. When you blowing out your hair, it can change your curl pattern and texture over time. Make it looser than if it's in its virgin state. So if keeping elasticity is important to you, your stylist should ask if you want your hair blown out. It shouldn't be something that they just do without making sure that you're okay with it. Again, they should be comfortable with working with your hair in its natural state. Sign number 3, the stylist themselves' hair is not up to par. I feel like as a stylist, just me, myself, I am my own walking advertisement. I'm not gonna go up to someone and hand out a business card or try to solicit business with them and my hair doesn't look right. I see that a lot, so pay attention. If you go to the stylist page, their hair's not done. It's just, again, not healthy, never really looking presentable. That's a sign that that may not be the stylist for you. Because if they can't take care of their own hair, what do you think they're gonna do with yours? The 4th sign is they don't educate you on anything that you need to know for at-home care. Yes, it is important that you choose a stylist that knows how to take care of your hair. However, as the professional, it's still our job to educate you, not keep you constantly dependent in fear that we're gonna lose money or that you're gonna go to somebody else. I've never had that fear. As a matter of fact, the more I educate clients, the tighter the bond there seems to be, the more trust I get. So again, if your stylist is not educating you or they're afraid when you ask questions, they don't wanna give you any feedback, that's a sign. Sign number 5 that'll let you know if you're dealing with a real natural hairstylist. They're not gonna use any type of derogatory term when they're talking about natural hair textures. They're not gonna be overly obsessed with 4C or calling anything with shrinkage 4C, okay? Their overall attitude about working with natural afro-textured hair is gonna be positive. So their verbiage is going to be positive in support of how they describe afro-textured hair. Number 6 is the stylist relies heavily on the hair typing system as the foundation of how they're gonna take care of your hair. If they are using your curl pattern to dictate the shampoo, conditioner, whether they're gonna use heat or not, if they're adding hair, how much hair, things like that, then they are not a good natural hairstylist. Natural hair is extremely unique, which means that a cookie cutter approach of just using the hair typing system to take care of your hair is futile when it comes to the long-term health of your hair. So pay attention. If they're constantly using the hair typing system as a foundation of how they're gonna take care of your hair, red flag. Number 7, the stylist does not think that everyone is a candidate for natural hair. You would be surprised how many times I've met clients who had a stylist for years, and then when they decided to transition to natural, the stylist was okay with letting them transition, but then would tell them that, not everybody has hair to be more natural, or will try to discourage them from transitioning to natural. If you are currently with a stylist that is willing to transition you, however, they say things to you like, not everyone can go natural, you have to have good hair, again, the verbiage, but they're just really not in support that no matter what the texture, no matter what the curl pattern, you can wear your natural hair texture, not a good sign. Sign number 8 would be using the proper utensils. if you choose a stylist and when you go, they start using small tooth combs or they're using brushes with bulbs at the end of them that can easily tangle up in afro textured hair, not a good sign, okay? A real natural hairstylist knows that they're going to be using wide tooth combs on your hair. They're going to be starting from the bottom and detangling their way up. They're not going to be rough handling your hair. They're not going to be snatching you around. It's going to be gentle. And even if they do have to put a little bit of oomph and elbow in it, it's still going to be with care. It's not like they're just going to be roughhousing and snatching your hair around, okay? Afro textured hair is very delicate and easy to be broken. Unlike a lot of people think that Afro textured hair is strong and it can, just withstand brutal treatment, that's not the truth. So again, you want to make sure that the person who's handling your hair is using the proper styling utensils and that they're gentle when they use it. Sign number 9 to look for is impatience and secrecy. When you go to get your hair done, if you feel like the stylist is just rushing through the appointment, trying to hurry up and get you through, really not making you feel like they care about your hair, that's a sign, okay? A good natural hairstylist is gonna take their time. They're gonna know that the time that they take is important because we're putting our skill into it. So if we're rushing through it, the end result is not gonna be what it should be. It's not gonna give what it should give because it's just a rush job. Secrecy is another issue. So if they're impatient, they're rushing through, and then if you ask them questions, they don't want to tell you anything. The bottles that they use on their shampoos, conditioners, leave-ins are all in ambiguous bottles where they've switched the bottle, there's no labels, you don't know, and then when you ask, they don't want to tell you anything. Or they take it like you're undermining their professionalism by asking questions, okay? Humility is a must. You don't want to go to someone with a huge ego that can't learn from you, especially if you're the type of person who actually takes care of your hair outside of the salon. If you're taking care of your hair outside of the salon, you're going to have some input. You're going to have some feedback for the stylist that can probably be helpful. So if they're resistant to that feedback, if they're resistant to anything that you could share, red flag. And last but not least, sign number 10. The 10th thing you want to look for in a real natural hairstylist is that they care about your hair. They actually care about it. You can't just come to them and say, I want this, that, and a third, and they just give it to you. They should educate you on styles that are best for your hair density, for your hair texture, and just for the overall, like I said, ability to retain your hair's elasticity, which is a super important part of keeping your hair healthy. So that wraps up the 10 things. Don't forget to comment, share an experience that you've had with a natural hairstylist. I'd like to know what you think are good signs of a natural hairstylist. What have you gone through when you're at the salon that made you feel like you were in good hands with the person that you chose? That comment can actually help someone else who's looking for a natural hairstylist as well. I want to say thank you for watching. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to like. And don't forget, most of all, to subscribe. See you in the next video.